ChatGPT, is AI bubble going to burst soon? The world's most popular AI gave me this diplomatic answer. It said, not a full-scale burst, but a correction. This answer points us towards one thing, that we could expect another tech bubble in near future. Last week, US stock market saw what we call a tech bloodbath, erasing over $1 trillion from US tech giants like Nvidia, Meta, Microsoft, and Tesla.
The major reasons for the sell off are: number one, an expected US federal rate cut; number two, fear of an upcoming AI bubble. Google CEO Sundar Pichai stated that an AI bubble burst could hurt all the companies, including Google, while drawing comparison to the dot-com bubble burst of the 2000s.
Are we nearing an AI bubble burst similar to the one that we saw during dot-com burst? Let's compare and analyze. To start with, an economic bubble is marked by rapidly increasing asset prices that exceed intrinsic value, leading to a sudden market contraction known as crash. I'm sure that most of us would have been directly or indirectly affected by dot-com bubble burst of early 2000s. Now, let's dive into the dot-com story. The 1990s experienced rapid tech advancement, but internet commercialization drove the biggest capital growth. While companies like Intel, Cisco, and Oracle drove growth in tech, upstart.com company sparked the stock market surge starting in 1995. Cheap money, easy capital, market overconfidence, and pure speculation. All of these set the bubble that formed over the next 5 years till the year 2000. Any company with a dot-com after its name became the favorite of the venture capital. When the internet took off in the 90s, many startups launched to make use of the new technology. These companies had high valuations with little to no profits, just riding the wave and hype of the new tech. A booming equity market funded them in the 90s, which came with cheap capital. Companies that had yet to generate revenue, profits, and in some cases a finished product went to market with IPOs that saw their stock prices triple and quadruple in one day, creating a feeding frenzy for investors. These companies were able to raise enough money to go public without a business plan, product, or even a track record of profits. But when funds dried up, the companies lacked the profits to continue, which caused them to go under. In terms of stock market, the Nasdaq index, which is one of the most followed stock market indices in the United States, peaked on March 10, 2000 at 5,048 points, nearly double over the prior year. Several of the leading high-tech companies such as Dell and Cisco placed huge sell orders on their stock when the market peaked, sparking panic selling among investors. Within a few weeks, the stock market lost 10% of its value. By April 2000, the Nasdaq had already lost more than a third of its value. By 2002, hundreds of companies saw their stock values drop by 80% or more. And on October 24, 2002, the Nasdaq reached its lowest point, a 77% down from its peak. Many internet companies went bankrupt and were liquidated. Cut to November 2022, when a company called OpenAI released ChatGPT, which in turn became the fastest growing consumer software application in the history of mankind. It also popularized generative AI and also sparked massive investment and speculations too. So, what is generative AI? Generative AI is a type of artificial intelligence that creates new original content like text, images, music, and code by learning from vast amounts of existing data. Unlike the traditional AI, which follows rules or analyzes existing information, Generative AI extrapolates from its training data to produce novel outputs in response to user prompts. In simple words, when we give prompts to a generative AI like ChatGPT, it uses its training data and predicts the outputs. The result may be in the form of text, images, audio, or videos. In the past few years, every other business is using AI for its personalized services and also to improve its efficiency. Also, each and everything which says AI powered is attracting huge investment now, similar to the dot-com craze where each and everything with a dot-com after its name found huge investors. From work presentations to research papers, from composing music to even making movies, to even running governments, today AI can literally give anything you want, including an AI cabinet minister. Next question that comes up is, what is really the problem now? The Massachusetts Institute of Technology (MIT) recently released a study showing that a whopping 95% of the companies pursuing generative AI initiatives are seeing little to no financial returns on investments. That is, no profits at all. Many reasons could be attributed for this. Number one, the challenges with integrating generative AI into existing workflows. Number two, human error. And number three, other inefficiencies. But it still raises serious questions about AI's ability to deliver significant value for companies in the near term. Sam Altman, the CEO of OpenAI that owns ChatGPT, in a recent interview hinted at an upcoming AI bubble. He pointed out that when bubbles happen, smart people get overexcited. He also added to the question, are we in a phase where investors are overexcited about AI? He said, yes. Now let's talk about the AI circular economy. Tech giants are making large investments in each other and buying each other's products, creating a closed loop where capital circulates within the same ecosystem. That is, to make a circular economy. In September, Nvidia announced that it would invest up to $100 billion in OpenAI to support the development of the next generation models. In exchange, OpenAI committed to building at least 10 gigawatts of data center capacity powered by Nvidia chips. The picture becomes even more layered with CoreWeave. CoreWeave is an American AI cloud computing company that provides cloud infrastructure to AI developers. OpenAI signed a $6.5 billion contract with CoreWeave for cloud infrastructure. CoreWeave runs on Nvidia hardware. Nvidia owns a stake in CoreWeave. In short, Nvidia supports CoreWeave. CoreWeave runs on Nvidia chips. OpenAI rents that infrastructure. OpenAI again runs on Nvidia chips. The flow of money and value forms a tight circle, that is, a money loop. This model may provide benefits for those tech giants, like for Nvidia, it's locking in a long-term demand for hardware companies, while for OpenAI, it's securing access to crucial infrastructure. But the harder part of this setup is, number one, the circular flow of capital makes it difficult to determine the true organic demand for AI products and services, as the growth is fueled only by internal investment loops. Number two, this model carries the risk of an AI bubble, similar to past infrastructure bubbles like the dot-com era. Here, a massive capital expenditure loop could be unsustainable if demand does not keep pace with the supply. And number three, the high degree of interdependence creates systemic fragility. That is, if one company falters, it can have a cascading effect on others in the network, potentially affecting lenders, suppliers, and partners. The latest tech bloodbath in NASDAQ is now spilling over to other global markets like Europe and Australia. In India, though, the reaction was much lesser last week compared to global markets, primarily due to positive domestic factors like the Bihar election results.
In fact, chances are high that the foreign money which went out of the Indian markets due to the AI tech boom in tech heavy markets like Taiwan and South Korea may flow into India again.
The next question is, what can we conclude about this AI bubble? The rise and fall of excitement around AI, what we call the AI bubble and its birth, are only temporary ups and downs. Big technologies often go through this kind of hurdle. Once the hype fades and the unrealistic projects fall away, the real useful part of AI will keep growing. Similar to the internet becoming an important part of our lives now, in the long run, AI too will settle into a stable, reliable technology that becomes a normal and important part of our life.